Hey everybody, it's Dave and Olive. Thanks for joining us here at Book Blather, where we talk about the books we've read recently to help spread the joy of reading. Today marks the return of our short Halloween book series. Okay everyone, so last year we did a series called Short Halloween Books. And basically that's what we did. Once October hit, we read a short Halloween book, about one a week, and we reviewed them as we read them, in case other people found them interesting and wanted to join in while it was still spooky season. So now that it's October, we'll return to that. As you can see, Olive is all festive. She's in her bat dog costume, as usual at this time of year. And so today we are doing, this will be part 5. Last year we did 4 episodes. So this year we'll see how far we get. Hopefully at least another 4. So today is part 5. And the book we're talking about today that we just finished is The Halloween Children by Brian James Freeman and Norman Prentiss. So we're excited to talk about this book because we have never heard anybody talk about this book, which is surprising because it was pretty cool. So this book was originally published in 2014, I think, in a limited run by Earthling Publishing, who I think every October they publish a Halloween book or a horror book of some kind. They published a couple years ago. They published Goblin by Josh Malerman. So they had published this back in 2014, and in 2017 it was republished, reprinted by Cemetery Dance Publications. I think the hardcover came out in 2017, and this paperback came out in 2020. So I hope more people talk about this book now that it's out again and it gets more buzz, because this book was really cool, and this was really like the perfect Halloween book. Don't you think, Olive? Like perfect Halloween book, right? I mean, it was, yeah, pretty spooky. But so basically what this was about was, this was set in an apartment complex called Stillbrook Apartments, I think it was. And you see there's a couple main characters, but basically centered around, there's this family that lives there. Harris is the husband, Lynn is the wife, and they have 2 children. And what happens is they have this kind of, somewhat annoying, I guess, superintendent of the building that decides to cancel Halloween for safety reasons. And so Harris is basically he's the handyman for the apartment complex. It's got like 10 buildings. And Lynn works remotely from home. And so they're basically, as it's the time as it starts basically with Halloween getting canceled earlier in the month. And so the kids are very upset about this. And you see a lot of the story has a lot to do with the dynamics of the family. And basically you see the story told from a couple of different perspectives, all really in written perspectives that we're seeing after the fact, essentially. So you see and it flips back and forth between these characters. Mostly it's Harris and Lynn. And so Harris is you see it in written transcripts when he's being interviewed after the story basically has already happened, or after the events of the story has already happened. And then you see that flips to a bunch of written journal entries of Lynn talking to her therapist, and about her family and things. And then you also see some perspectives from another tenant that lives in the building, and those you see through a series of emails that she sends to a faraway friend. And so you see it flips back between these different people. And you have the parents, the main characters, Harris and Lynn, who are presented as normal people, and then this tenant who's presented as, troubled right from the very beginning. And so it was a very cool story. It's a little over 200 pages, And you basically, there's a lot of buildup throughout, 3/4 of the story. And that last quarter of the book, it's like a lot really happens very, very quick. It escalates very quickly. Very, very chilling imagery. Some of it starts like halfway through the book, but then it escalates. It gets a lot faster. And so you just see there's just a lot of very chilling scenes. Some scenes, I don't know, that there were a couple scenes that were actually I would characterize as scary. But, and it was, if you were going to read this book as basically just a fun, chilling Halloween story, it would be great just for that, because that's what it was. But in addition to that, it was really neat because it kind of explored a number of different things. You were seeing these different perspectives, some that were presented as normal, and then some not. You see a couple other tenants in the building too, but it's as it goes on, you kind of see it. It really explores these kind of different perspectives and very different perceptions that people have, and the things that they're worried about, and that distract them, that maybe not the things that they really should be worried about. And it keeps you guessing, and it keeps you changing your guess a number of times towards the end of the book. And so it was a pretty wild ending, and so it was neat. It was neat both on a fun story level, a nice little chilling tale, and it was also neat in terms of exploring these different perspectives, people, and your views of them, and how that changes as by the time the story gets to the end. So we would definitely recommend this. I'm really surprised that it's not talked about more, and hopefully some more people will start talking about it now. This is, in our view, we highly recommend this for a Halloween read. Really fun, and hope you pick this up. So we'll see you soon with part 2, but that's it for today. The Halloween Children by Brian James Freeman and Norman Prentiss. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so that you get notified the next time Olive says it's okay to upload another video. In the meantime, take care of yourselves and each other, and we'll see you next time.